ever would be. It's cooler than Antarctica's weather would be. Damn, I think my swagger is a weapon to me. And dudes don't count you off the record to me. So don't be stepping to me, trying to shake my hand. I'm already the man, ain't trying to make your band. I feel the fact that I'm real, just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fact that I'm real, just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. 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 You're not really seeing me, dog. Real talk. You feeling whacker than you ever would be. In mind, you think you.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I want to get into some things today, guys. There are some things that are going on. The main thing I'm going to talk about is this Lemon and Candace Owens interview that he did with her, and also with Jonathan Majors and Michael Ealy. So, we kind of talked about Jonathan Majors yesterday when it comes to making good, but I really want to jump into some conversations about the interview with Lemon, but we also have a lot of other things I want to talk to you about before we get there. One thing I'm very surprised about, and so hopefully you guys will be as well. So before we do any of that, let's go and take care of business of this channel. If you want to join my tribe, please stay on my side, go ahead and subscribe. Turn your notifications, make sure you turn them on all so you get notified every time I go live. Like the video, share the video, comment down here below, and then come over here and comment in the chat. Okay, let's play the intro and then let's get into it. Let's go.
I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every daily wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
Okay, guys, and I am back. Okay, so first I do want to say what's up to people in the chat. What's going on to Grown Woman Don't Try Me? Hey, SoDeb, what's going on with you? What's going on to Shay B? I didn't watch the Don and Candace interview. I wanted to, though. I would encourage you to go watch it. When we get there, there's a lot of things I do want to talk about. It was a very interesting conversation. And if, as you guys know, I try to do a little bit of fun stuff before we get into the topic so people have time to get into the room. Okay. So I definitely want to start, and a lot of things are just like very small stuff, just to let people get into the room so you guys can comment. Let's have a little bit of fun before we get into the actual topic. Okay. So I want to start it off with dating. Okay. Has dating really gotten this bad? There's a woman on Instagram. Well, I seen it on Instagram. She's 39 years old. She breaks down in tears in search of a husband. Says, I'm tired of being single. Even if you don't have a job, I'm going to sponsor the wedding. Make sure I put this on right here. There we go. All right, so let's play the video and then let's have a conversation about it. Let's go.
I need a husband. I'm tired of singleness. I'm 39 years old. Very soon I'll enter menopause. I need a husband in my life. No matter what you are doing, I'm going to marry you. Are you a barrel pusher? Are you a beggar? Are you a conductor? Please marry me. Please, I'm going to sponsor the marriage. I'm going to give you money to pay my bride price. I'm going to sponsor the wedding with my money. Please come and marry me. I'm tired of singleness. Please. I'm 39 years old. Please come and marry me. I'm getting old. I'm getting old, please. I need a husband in my life. I need a man in my life. I'm tired of singleness. Please, I don't want to buy myself. I no longer sleep. All my mates are married with kids, but nobody wants to marry me. Nigerians, please, I'm calling everybody out. Please come and marry me. If you have a brother that needs a wife, please let me know. I don't care about what you are doing. I don't care. Even if you don't have a job, I'm going to sponsor it. I need a man in my life. Please, I'm 39 years old. Look at me. Please, 39 years old without a child. 39 years old without a husband. 39 years old with no relationship. I need a husband.
Okay, so there's that. I was talking to my best friend the other day. Chevy says, "Oh, wait a minute." Chevy says she needs therapy, not a man, and I can totally agree. Or a pet. I mean, cats are a thing at some point. Get a cat, a puppy, something. I was with my best friend the other day, and I think we're in a space in life, especially when we get up into our close to our 40s, in our 40s, past our 40s, where the single people are wanting companionship. Is this the way to go about it? Maybe not. I did hear her say she's from Nigeria, so that might mean a little bit different for her. Dating is hard, y'all. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, my inner self felt her. I ain't gonna lie to you. My inner self felt it. I ain't crying about it, but my inner self did felt it a little bit. Okay. I just think there's people who don't want to be alone, and I sympathize with her because it's real. It's real that people want a companion. They don't want to live alone. They don't want to live this life alone. They want families, and I feel bad for her. I'm not really hating on it. I wouldn't do it, but I don't. I feel bad for her. Drop down in the comments if you're doing it in late. How is dating working for you? If you're over here in the comments, how's it working for you? I've been married. I've dated. I feel like after marriage, like, baby, it's just like maybe that was my one and done at this point. So I kind of get it. I just want to go on social media and be crying about it. That's just my thing. Shady says, I love living alone. Then I can pick and choose how much time I want to spend with someone. I feel like you should be able to do that in a relationship, though, right? Just because you're in a relationship don't mean you can't have your alone time. Am I wrong with that? No. I feel like in my marriage, I have my alone time and I wanted it. Like, I created it for myself. I mean, well, yeah, I did. I don't know. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Let's move on to our next story. Now, this one, oops, I didn't mean to stop sharing. Hold on. This one is a little weird. And I don't want to say weird, but I want to say weird because it's kind of weird. And you guys can let me know what you guys think about this. So this one is about a woman who finds out that her mother is also her sister. Let me pull up the video. I'm not going to play the audio because there's music on it. And I want to read some of the comments and see how you guys feel about this story. The article, this is from the Bish Gossip. Woman finds out her mother is also her sister. Her mom was in a mental institution for 15 years and told her recently, what y'all think? Now, I also want to read this I can play the video because I'm not going to play the audio. This is them. They're dancing, whatever. The caption says, well, my mother is my sister. Also, we share the same father. The other one says, my mother is my sister. My grandfather is my father. This wasn't me or my mother's fault. They lift you. I don't know what that says. Lift you, I think, they left you in a mental hospital, but I will fight for you. Come home. Oh yeah, I'll fight for you to come home. Now I want to read one of these comments because in the comment section, it says something else. Now this person over here, trade to be blessed. And I'm not sure if this is the right person because I did click on the link. Oh no, that's not the okay. Well, whatever. Okay, so that's what it says. It says, thank you for the support. I've been knew the truth about my mom since I was 10 years old. My whole interview is on YouTube. The link in my bio. The fact is, I need the support of the other video I posted where someone in the state hospital got my mother pregnant, trying to cover it up. My brother is now 29, and they didn't take accountability for it. Trend that video justice for my mother and my brother. I don't know what that means. And maybe it was this one. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, so there is an interview. Okay, I have to watch this. We can come back to this another time. Because I can't, this is a YouTube video. I will click on this and look at this another time. Maybe we can come back and revisit this. If y'all want to, Trey to be blessed is the person who is in the video. I'm assuming this is the video right here. So check that out. Now, the comment section is kind of saying what a lot of us are probably thinking. Well, no. A lot of us should not be saying, I'll say that. Because Kimberly Rouzan said this should be only family business. This is how y'all got into this mess, because it was only family business. And this is why this lady is running, now find out that her mother is her sister. Okay. This, when the family have secrets and like stuff like this, like her mom or sister is crazy. This person says, to all the people saying that this is family business, please be quiet. Y'all clearly are the ones in y'all's families who be condoning these type of situations. She has a right to speak up, and if you disagree with it, I'm looking at you sideways. Because why? How is she supposed to get justice if she never speaks up? Y'all should slow, or maybe y'all just evil. Wait, y'all. Maybe she said y'all slow, or maybe y'all just evil. Half y'all telling her to be quiet, probably doing the same thing. Her father did behind closed doors. What her father did behind closed doors is probably what she meant. And that's why y'all get on the internet and try to make it seem like it's weird when someone exposes a PR door. Okay. And that's real. That's real. This person said a word. And that's real. Like, that should have been talked about in the family. They read this girl, I'm _different _bish. They read her for filth, because so how are they sisters? She was confused, and they read her for filth. I'm gonna read this one. It says, this is what happens when you tell your kids what happens in this house stays in this house. That's why I tell my kids, if y'all ever feel uncomfortable, speak up, regardless of if it's to me, my parents, my grandparents. Say something. And I think I'm going to keep it there, because that's real. Stop telling kids to not talk about what's happening at home, because shit like this happens. And I'm glad that they're finding joy in this, but there's nothing joyful about the fact that this woman was probably by her dad. Let's be real about it. And what stays in this house, what goes on in this house stays in this house is the problem. Because this should not have stayed in the house. If it didn't, maybe there would not be a sister, daughter, mother, cousin, sister, whatever it is, situation. It's horrible. So I definitely want to bring that up, because drop down in the comments if you guys, whatever you guys feel about this, let me know. So those are my two just things that were out of like crazy for me. Now this next one is a little bit more familiar to a lot of us. And I want to get into this. We all remember House Party, okay? House Party, when I grew up, it was something that was just like, it was like a ritual to watch. It was one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in my life. And we all, I think her name was Shireen. AJ Johnson's name, I think her name was Shireen in the on the movie. But she's speaking up about this. She says the actors in House Party were paid just $4,000 each for their roles in the film. Let's listen to what she has to say.
True that you only made $4,000 from House Party?
Yes.
for the whole month or two we filmed as a hired actress, and it was Favorite Nations. We all made $4,000. And what's interesting is once the movie came out and it was such a hit, Burger King came and asked me, Play, was it me and Play? I think it was Play and I. If we would sign the rights to one of our scenes for a commercial. And a Burger King commercial became me in the window when Play comes and says, we got to go get kid out of jail. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. And he goes, if you come with me, we'll go to Burger King. And I go, Burger King? Do you remember that scene?
I do.
Listen, we made more money on that commercial, Jay, than we made doing the movie.
Wow. That's amazing. Yes. Is it true that you...
Now, that is crazy. That's crazy. $4,000. That movie was like, I mean, it's still a classic till this day. And I guess you kind of understand what the writer's strike was about and why the actors are, now protesting for them to get more money and residuals for things they've done, because these movies go on and on forever in life. And the actors and actresses are not getting anything. $4,000 is crazy. And I will agree with someone in the chat, in the comment section, that was saying that $4,000 back in that time was a lot of money for actresses and actors. But I mean, after the movie was a hit, baby, run me my coins. Run me my coins. I need more money. I need my money. It says House Party became a success and a cult classic, making $26.5 million against a budget of just $2.5 million. They could have paid them people more money. They could have paid them a little bit more money than what they got paid. I'm sorry. So drop down in the comments. Let me know if you guys think, if you're tuning in late, should they got paid more money, or is that okay for just a new actor and actress? I think Kid and Play were bigger at that time, though, if I'm not mistaken. They weren't like new people on the block. They were like rappers at the time. So I'm not sure if that's all the way true, but maybe for, Tisha Campbell and for AJ Johnson and the rest of the people on there, maybe that's true. I don't know. All right, so let's go. This one I really, really like. Most of you guys know I love this show, The Game. Okay, love it. I was actually mad at y'all for not watching the one that was on Paramount Plus. It was so amazing. And they rebooted the show like 3 times. It was over on the CW, it was on BET, and then they put it over on Paramount Plus. The Paramount Plus show till this day, I'm so upset that y'all did not watch it, because they canceled it and they also took it off of the platform as well. So you can't even see that season. And it was such a great time to see Tasha and Malik grow up. And also see Brittany, which is Jason Pitts and Kelly Pitt's daughter, become like the star of the show. They was going somewhere. We missed it, okay? But when I tell you, there was 2 people on this show that we all hated. Drew Sidora and Janay. We hated them because they broke up Melanie and Derwin. And until I watched this clip, I still hated Janay. Even when I see her on the Old Spice commercials, I'm like, why is he even with her? Because she's no. So I want y'all to hear what she says, and then let's have a little conversation.
Realized, I got some enemies out in these streets. And when I tell you some women were a little bit like,
let me refresh it.
Y'all know this. I got some enemies out in these streets. And when I tell you some women were a little bit like, y'all know this is fake, right? There is no, San Diego don't have a football team called the Sabres. You know that both the characters that play Derwin and Melanie are married in real life. So it was just so interesting. I remember the first time I realized people had an issue with this character was this girl had introduced me to somebody at this party. It was an industry event. And she was real stank in the face. Like, when I tell you, I was like, okay, that was weird. she came and apologized to me later because she didn't even know why she was like, I didn't know what it was. She was like, it was something about you that told me I don't like this girl. She must have slept with my man. Da, 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 da. And I was like, ma'am,
dang,
get therapist tomorrow because you're just out here. So I was out there just catching strays, you know what I'm saying, from angry people. But I realized over the years, it's because, like you said, people were bringing their own trauma. Like there were people going through stuff that were like aligning. It was just aligning what was happening on that show. And so people that were going through either baby mama drama or, you know, relationship drama that was similar to whatever Derwin's character was doing to Melanie, you know, it was just like, there was these false narratives that Janay was the other woman. And she never was. She was, you know, she was in a full relationship with the guy. I realized, oh, I got some enemies out in these streets. And when I tell you, people were.
Now, when I tell y'all, so y'all know when Drew Sidora showed up on Housewives of Atlanta, when Marlo was like, girl, you know I don't like you because you know you stole Melanie's man. That was the only time I may have agreed with Marlo. Because and I really did not like Janay. A little bit, all of my energy went off of her when I watched that because I'm like, I did not like her. The Game was one of my favorite shows. If y'all don't know, like Girlfriends is my favorite show, which Girlfriends is a spinoff from The Game. So the fact that Janay had went into that whole thing while Melanie and Derwin was trying to figure things out, and they kept going through that back and forth thing, I did not like Janay. I hated Janay and Drew Sidora, even though it was always Derwin's fault. So I get what she's saying when she's getting the backlash, because I'm like, if I would have seen her real life, I might have been like, no. You stole that woman's man. But you know what? But I think that's what makes it a really good show. That the actors and the actresses that were on those shows were very convincing, so much that you believed it in real life. So kudos to the cast of The Game for really like embodying those roles, because I'm telling you, Drew Sidora and Janay, no, I wasn't feeling. I was not feeling either one of them. And I think, and what she said too, she was saying that people were going through some of the same things. And that's why they were kind of relating to Melanie, TMR, if you don't know. During that show, I believe that because I think at the time, well, I don't think at the time, I was kind of going through a similar situation. And so I used to sit there and watch that show and cry because I was going through the same. So she's right. Like, but that just again goes to the fact that they were great actors and actresses on that show, and they embodied their roles on that show, and it was believable. So shout out to the cast of The Game, and we're going to move on. Drop down in the comment section and let me know what you guys feel about this, and we're going to move on. All right. So this next one I'm really excited about because we already kind of have something like this. And I want to see how you guys feel about this as well. So you guys know that right now, they rebooted The Fresh Prince. And Will Smith is kind of like rebranding the show. And so I got on to the Jasmine brand today, and I found out that, guess what? Martin's doing it. Y'all, I am so excited about this. Now, I'm sure that like Gina and Pam may not be in this. I wonder if Cole and Tommy will be a part of this show, like, you know, their characters as younger people. But I'm excited about this. So Martin Lawrence is set to produce Martin, the prequel drama series. It says, lovers of 90s TV soon have another revived TV fave to tune into. Martin Lawrence, star of the hit sitcom Martin, is set to executive produce a prequel hour-long drama series about his beloved character, Martin Payne. The project, rightfully titled Young Martin, is a collaboration between the Bad Boys actor production company RunTelDat and Marvin Peart's WonderHill Studios. According to a synopsis from Deadline, the show is a contemporary or origin story centering on Martin Payne, a charismatic teenager navigating the complexities transitioning from youth to adulthood, it remains the character played by Lawrence or Martin paying homage to the original show. Young Martin will explore themes of family, friendship, and life through the eyes of a teenage Martin Payne. WonderHill CEO Marvin Peart spoke highly of the project, saying, out of all of his shows during the 90s, there was only one Martin, a show that defined culture and positivity. Martin reflected a real group of friends from our community that wound up on TV screens all over the world. He added, I respected the revered Martin Lawrence for creating Martin Payne and what he did for African Americans on television, on front and behind of the camera. In many ways, he influenced my path in the entertainment industry, and it's an honor to partner with Martin and his younger self and share him with the next generation of fans. Martin Lawrence isn't the only entertainer to have a comedy show return as a drama. As you may recall, Will Smith. Okay, so I just said this. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was rebooted in 2022. The remaining version, Bel-Air, quickly became a hit, and the third season is set to premiere August. I didn't read the article yet, y'all. I'm so excited about it. August 15th at this point. What do you guys think? Are y'all excited about this? If you tuned in late, y'all done a conversation. Are you excited about this? If Martin's this show is anything like Bel-Air, I'm excited about it. I'm so excited about it because Bel-Air is dope. The cinematography, the acting, the characters, like everything is so dope. And they have a lot of opportunities with this show to do a little bit more because they're doing like Martin before. Fresh Prince started with, when Will Smith was already, this is like basically the same thing. It's kind of redoing the show. But Martin has a totally new story to tell. And I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with this actual show because that's dope. Hey, Cindy, I'm excited about it. I really hope they cast it right. Me too. And hopefully whoever's Will Smith, they're friends. Hopefully, Will is giving him advice on how to really put this together because Bel-Air is top tier. So if Bel-Air can be top tier, Martin, I would say get some advice from Will Smith and run this because I'm interested in watching this. Martin as a young person, I feel like we're gonna get introduced to some new people because I don't think they're gonna be a Pam and a Gina, but I think Tommy and Cole were his friends as kids, so I think we'll get Tommy and Cole as younger people as well, which will actually give us another opportunity to kind of really more on Tommy a little bit, just give him his respect because rest in peace, he passed, the actual guy passed away. But I think this is going to be extremely dope. I'm excited for it. So again, drop down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. And we can move on to our next story. So yesterday we did talk about why do I want to say Gabrielle Union? We talked about Megan Good and Jonathan Majors. And so some video came up today with Michael Ealy, Megan Good, and Jonathan Majors. Y'all, I'm disgusted in Michael's behavior. I'm sorry. I just am. So let's read the article and then we'll get into the video. It says at this point, and this is from It's Only Entertainment. Make sure you guys go over there and follow the Instagram account. At the Power Players Mix and Mingle event in Los Angeles, a video clip has stirred social media conversations. In the footage, Michael Ealy is seen warmly embracing Megan Good. To the point he picked her up. His co-star in the upcoming film Divorced in the Black, while seemingly ignoring Jonathan Majors, Megan's boyfriend, who stood nearby. The clip showing Ealy lifting Good off the ground and not acknowledging Majors has sparked widespread speculations and amusement online. However, Mike did show Jonathan some love, which you can see in the third clip. So I didn't see the third one. So let's watch this one.
What's up, baby? How you doing? Good to see you, man. Everything good? How you doing, Mike? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Y'all want to do this? This is fire. Love it. Love it. Dion would love this. Absolutely. One more.
Now I will say that Jonathan looks really uncomfortable to me. Like it feels like everybody just watching him. And I really do hate that for him. I'm sorry. Like I'm just going to be on team Jonathan, period. He looks uncomfortable in this entire thing. And maybe it was because Michael just kind of like really just did not give and just bypassed him and gave Megan all this love. And yeah, they worked together, but like I'm still standing here. That's my girlfriend. And she's standing beside me. And you decide to just walk past me. But what is your history looking like, sir? You know, I mean, I hope that your glass house don't have no cracks in it. Because I'm not really feeling like this interaction that you have going on here with this man. And, you know, it's always Black Lives Matter. And, you know, they're taking down a black man, but then y'all doing it with each other. So I'm trying to understand, like, what this was about. If you love Megan that much, and that's her man, I'm not understanding. I feel like it was very disrespectful. Let's go through the clips because I only seen this part. Drewski's skit in real life. This is from Shannon Sharpie. This is Shannon Sharp. Michael Ealy picked up Megan and hugged her real tight, then walked right on by Job Turkey. Lifting another man's girl right in front of his face and not even dapping him up afterwards is diabolical. Man, laugh my ass off. Michael Ealy really just like the character he be playing on to listen. Like the ones he plays on TV, because he don't play a good person at all or anything. He's always a creepy person who's doing some crazy shit. Okay. Now they said it's a third one. Let's see what this is about.
What's up, baby? How you doing? Good to see you, man. Everything good? How you doing, Mike?
This is the same one we just watched.
Nice to meet you. Y'all want to do this?
Maybe he's asking.
Love it. Dion would love this. Absolutely. One more.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it. So maybe they just gave us a clip before the clip. Okay, got it. I did see his hand, so maybe they did hug, whatever. It just seemed like he was very uninterested. I don't know. So that's that. Drop down the comments what you guys think. Is Michael Ealy wrong? Is he not? Let's move on to our real story that we are all here for. And hold on, let me refresh it before I even play it because it's already still going. Hold on. Now, this story to me, and let me go ahead and swap the screen so I can take this one down. Share this tab. Okay. Now, this story, I had to travel down a road for this because I was very confused, and I already don't like Candace Owens because that girl's mind is just warped to me. And it's not even because of the conversation that's here, just like I didn't expect anything else. So the caption says, Candace Owens tells Don Lemon that he's in a sinful relationship because he's married to a man. In quotations, I actually don't believe marriage can be between two men. That wasn't really my biggest concern. My biggest concern was that Don Lemon was even interviewing her. Okay. Let's play this and then we'll get into some.
Think about same-sex marriage.
It's a sin.
You think it's a sin? So you think I'm sinful?
What's that?
You think I'm sinful because I'm married to a man?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes, you're sinning. You are in a sinful relationship. I actually don't believe marriage can be between two men. So I don't.
What do you think about same-sex?
Now, to me, I think that Don Lemon could have done a little bit of different questions when it came to this interview, because I did go and watch the entire thing. And what I would say out of the entire thing, I'll say this after we get done playing on these things. So that was the clip that was happening. Bobby Single says, I wanted to root for her, but I'll never root for anyone regardless of their skin tone, who would deny my existence or beliefs. Sinful, from the same book rewritten 1,000 times by man, the same hook that said slavery was the Lord's will, whatever that means. Disrespectfully, one son greater than the rest, huh? Y'all don't want unity for real. You only want to perpetuate hate and division, and it is what it is. Let me see some more. Is this the same person? No, okay. So is her interracial marriage considered a sin in many cultures and religions? And Exodus, these pick and choose clowns always get embarrassed. Whatever half y'all born illegitimate or currently, whatever half y'all be typing stuff I don't understand. Whatever half y'all born illegitimate or currently breaking half the commandments, including Candace Confederacy. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Life goes on. Her opinion, and Jesus already paid the price for it all. Now, Miss Lady, what's your point? None made by. So as you watch the interview, and actually, I want to go over to this so you guys can see a little bit more before we jump into what I'm about to say. Okay, so I go over to the good old Twitter. I ain't call it X because they ain't X to me. It's Twitter. So as you come over here, let's see a little bit more of what was said.
So the word you said was right?
Yeah.
Is that exactly the word? So what did you mean by that? You think it's okay to say the word, to call people a to their face?
No, actually, I said words have meaning. And so when you start allowing the perverts to dictate speech, then words just have to go away. And as I said in that clip, when I was growing up and I was reading English novels, when people say you're walking through the woods to get a faggot, it meant a bundle of sticks. And then they said you can no longer say this word that has a real meaning, right? A bundle of sticks, because some pervert took that and threw it as an epithet towards gay people. I think that's actually, that's a wrong way of thinking, because then what you're doing is you're allowing perverts to dictate society. So I don't like the death of the English language because people are getting offended. So that's like, I could pick any word. I could say, plant. And from now on, every time I see a gay guy, I'm gonna be like, he's a total plant. And then eventually they say, you can't say plant anymore. It's like, no, this is a real word that has meaning. Attack the person who's perverting the word, but you don't suddenly disappear a word and you say you can no longer say it, or you can no longer read these Virginia Woolf novels because the word has been perverted. I think that's a backwards way of thinking.
You can read Virginia Woolf novels, and the only people I know who are trying to ban books, Virginia Woolf, and other books that even say the N-word. I mean, it's conservatives. That's who's trying to do it. I don't think that you should be banning books. But I do know, Candace, that language evolves over time. And when people say that word to me, they're not calling me a cigarette.
Obviously, that's the point. It has a context. So if you want to punish that person because they're saying that offensively, that, if you feel that this person, but it's not fair to then say to everybody else who's not using that word that this word has now been banned. I just think that's ridiculous. Yeah. That's my point. Yeah. I don't think that you can so suddenly say go backwards and delete words that had real meaning because someone has perverted it, because then it never stops. It just becomes constantly having to update the language for people's feelings. And I don't think that we should be doing that.
Now I'm gonna just pause there for a second. And I don't want to bring up something that you said, Princess. It's a cigarette in the UK. And that's true, it's very true. But guess what? Back in slavery, the N-word was a derogatory word for Black people. Now, I guess we have changed the way that the meaning of that word is a term of endearment for a lot of us. Some of us don't even like that word being said to us. But in 2024, no one's calling a cigarette the F word. I'm sorry, they're just not doing it. What's going on, Faith? Salutations to you as well. She's not talking about sticks. I know she's not. Actually, if you watch the interview, I really don't feel that she would ever call a gay person that. But I think they're talking about the word. So let's keep going.
So you would never call me a in my face, right?
Well, why would I just randomly call you a
I'm just meaning,
have you ever seen the Louis C.K. skit
on?
Have you ever seen the Louis C.K. skit on
No, I like Louis C.K., but I don't think I've ever seen
you
a
should
skit
watch
on
it.
Yeah. No, but you would never call like a gay person that to their face.
That seems like an absurd, like, what? No, of course, I'm not just going around. I'm a 35-year-old mother. I don't go around being like, hey, you're a that's just like, I'm not 18 years old. Like, I'm not going around calling people names, period. I wouldn't go up to a fat person and call them names. I wouldn't call it just like it's an absurd thing to be going around pointing and calling people names because I don't like them. I would no. So the answer is no, I would not.
So she did say that. So I'm like, okay, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I'll take this off of the screen. So then I had to travel over to Don Lemon's actual page. And here it is right here.
If you have not watched the episode, The Conversation with Candace Owens, then you're really, really missing out. It is a really tough conversation, but I enjoyed it. And I think that's what we all should be doing. We're so polarized in this country. And it's not just about Candace own Don own Candace. Don't just look at the social media clips and the shorts and all of that. I encourage you to watch the full thing all the way through to the end, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Check it out. Hi, everyone. If you have not watched...
All right, so I'm like, is he like trolling us? Because I'm not understanding, because the first clip, it was like she feel like he going to hell. Then we got that clip about him going to hell. And, you know, social media is kind of like really going off. Let me see. There was some comments I seen over here. Oh, maybe it was underneath this one. Hold on. Right from this wasn't it. I want to read all that stuff. So my thing was this. So I had to go watch the entire thing because I told you guys yesterday, I was like, you know, to me, it's very important to go and watch a full interview or the full clips of things that we do see. Let me read your comments really quick. Person says she's not talking about sticks. I don't think anybody using the F word in 2024 is talking about sticks or a cigarette at all. A bundle of 6 sticks or a cigarette. I think no one's saying, hey, can I get it from you? Like, no one's saying that. No one's going to the store saying, can I get which is a bundle of sticks? Like, no one's saying that. So, you know, she's trying to say, like, we need to stop changing the words around, the meanings of words around, but we can't change the way that those words have been set to us, just like the N-word. That's what I want to know too, Princess. You can't change what it means now. You know what I'm saying? What I learned from this interview is that Candace is a Bible thumper. Okay. She has changed from a Trump supporter to a Bible thumper. And I don't think I have anything else to play, so maybe I'll put this back on full screen. Yes, so I can stop sharing. Let's move this back. So what I learned from this entire thing is that she's a Bible thumper. If you go read through the comment section through this interview, you can tell that she has lots of trolls, because all it says is that Don, she ate you up. Don, she just destroyed you. Why would you invite her over here? It's very few in between that you'll see like people who support Don in this interview. But that's how you know, like, if you're on the wrong side, why do you have all these bots? It doesn't really make sense. How do you have more people on someone else's channel that's on your own, like someone else's channel, and the person's channel are not even supporting them? It doesn't make sense. Overall, I think it was a really great conversation, because Don did not really get bothered by her for real. Don kept a smile on his face the entire time. She did keep interrupting him a lot. And then they started to be what they were doing to each other. But they made some really great comments. Don said something, damn, I'm not gonna remember what he said. At the end of it, Don said, this is what he said. Oh, thank God I can remember it. He said, I don't respect a lot of your views, but I respect you as a person. And I think that's why he did the interview, because he wanted to understand more. I think he got trying to give her like a olive branch to kind of like come over and say, hey, you know, I don't believe these things, because he brought up the fact that where he asked her about like gay marriage or something like that, or gay being a sin. That's what it was, and how it was not how biblical interracial marriages are seen as a sin as well. And she was like, "Well, biblically, can you tell me where that's from?" And someone posted in the chat. I had to save it because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get back into the comments. But someone had posted. It said, "Look at the warning of Deuteronomy 7. It says about how the Israelites are to relate to the nations around them. It says, you must not intermarry with them, and you must not give your daughters to their sons or take their daughters for your sons, because they will turn your sons away from me to worship other gods. Then the Lord's anger will burn against you, and he will swiftly destroy you." 3-4 says, that's 3-4. The people of God were to follow him, and part of that obedience meant staying distinct from neighboring nations. Now, this is all from the Old Testament. Because if you are really believing in, the Bible and everything, then you also believe in Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ came and destroyed all that and gave you 2 commandments. It was love thy neighbor as I love thyself. That's what it was. So we can quote the Old Testament all we want to, yes. And if we're going to actually abide by what the Old Testament said, because the word they were trying to skate around was the abomination. And so, because she was like, well, because John even brought her, he was like, well, I mean, you sent it. She's like, well, we love the person, hate to sin. That's basically what she said. And she said, I sinned too, because he said something to her about him going to hell or something like this. And I'm paraphrasing. And she was like, I want you to be on the right side. The reality is this. There were a lot of things that were happening in the Old Testament. Jesus Christ came back and gave us I think it was 2:1, whatever it is, 2 commandments. It was love thy neighbor as thyself. I think that was it. That's the vice versa. Yeah, you better not eat shrimp. You can't touch, what's going on, Carl? You better not eat shrimp. You can't touch a pig's skin. There was other things that was in there. We watched football, the whole NFL going to hell if the gays is going. The NFL is going to. And all y'all who get y'all's income taxes and go over there and eat them shellfish, them crab legs, and all the other y'all going to hell. We all going together. Okay. It says that in the same space. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I feel like Don was like, he wasn't prepared for this conversation at all. And it does kind of seem like she ate him up. Because one, she talks very fast. And she has a rebuttal for everything. And she deflects everything that he's saying in this conversation. I think towards the end, she might have got tired of fighting. And so it came to be a little bit like, let's have a conversation at this point. Not I'm teaching. 2 commandments, yes. Love, oh yes, love God and love thy neighbor as I love thyself. That's the 2 commandments. There you go. That was already established. But no, Jesus came back and changed all of the commandments of God from the Old Testament to the New Testament. You got to go back and read it if you want to. That's just what it was, and that's right. That's facts. So I enjoyed the interview after I went and watched the entire thing because I was like, I'm like, damn, she's still doing this. But now, I do get it. I understand why he brought her on the platform, and a lot of bots underneath the comment section are there for Candace. They came there for Candace only. You will see sprinkles of Don Lemon's supporters, but a lot of it is just Candace troll people in the comment section. I think that Don handled himself very well, very, very, very well. Don was very kind of unbothered with the conversation. I won't say unbothered, but like not. It wasn't intense for him. You could tell it was intense for her. Like she's something may have happened in her past life or something like that. That is not finished the first 10. Otherwise, that's why he died for our sins. But you gotta go. Listen, I ain't here to battle with the Bible. I'm not here for that. I'm just telling you this is what I got. Okay? This is what I got. I cannot battle you about what the Bible says. And I'm sure that there are, if you go back and you look at it for yourself and have a better understanding, you will understand what happened, why Jesus was even put here on this earth. Things were not going right. And so Jesus came here to fix what was going wrong. I mean, if you even think about what was going wrong, the hell and damnation that was going on before the Old Testament was going on during the Old Testament was not happening in the New Testament, because Jesus came to fix those things. And that's when he went to hell, took the keys, and locked the shit up. Okay? Now, take that for what you think that it means. I'm going to take it for how I feel like that it means. We all get something different from the Bible, which means that we serve a God who understands us. That's how I'll say that. I want to say it like that. And however you believe and whatever you believe when it comes to that Bible, that's what you believe. And no one's battling anyone on that. But when I look at a person like Candace Owens, she's living in a delusional world. She's living in a world where she once was a huge Trump supporter until she had children. And then all of a sudden, now her kids have to live in this world. She's changing her perspectives on what she believes in. And for me, that shows that she's not standing on business when it comes to her real beliefs. And yes, let's change my beliefs from, the right side or the left side or whatever those things are, because I don't know all the political things. But now I'm just gonna stand on Jesus. I'm on the church. But ma'am, and she even battled him with them people over there taking over the White House, and who died, who was unalived and who wasn't, and why they was unalived. Like, she battled him in the very beginning of this interview. It was a lot to watch. I'm driving, and the Bible says the word is not up for debate. I'm not debating with you with it. Whatever you feel is what you feel. That's what I said. So we're not debating on it. But my thing is just that, like, the way that she switched up because she had children let me know that this young lady has a lot of work to do. And yes, she may have talked over Don Lemon. Don Lemon may have talked over her. She may have had a lot of great points. But so did Don Lemon. And the reality of the situation is they both had great points. And even Don Lemon said that, he respects it. A lot of things that she believes, he doesn't believe. And I feel like, that's why I don't really battle people when it comes to that. Politics and religion, I don't battle that. Because what I believe may not be what you believe. But what I do believe is that we all serve a loving God. Well, actually, Candace doesn't believe that either, because Don had to check her on that. So, because I think she said something like, the only thing that because he asked her, was she I was a homosexual. He asked her, was she was she homophobic? And she was like, well, let's dissect with the word homophobic. She's like, I'm not afraid of gay people. So if I was, I want to be on this show. And he was like, okay. So I mean, like, she was on some things, but then he rebutted her back, and he said something like, she said the only thing that I fear is God. And he was like, well, because we've shown him fear God. And he was like, I don't think that we're supposed to be fearing God. And I believe in that. I just don't. I don't think that we were that if God is our Father, is the person that we are, that created us, that we're supposed to fear our Creator. I just don't think that. And I agree with Don Lemon 100, 2,000% on that. So, That's all I really have. Y'all drop down in the comment section if you guys are watching late. Let me know what you guys think about this conversation. Keep it going. You know, maybe we can have like a panel discussion on this. But, you know, I do think that they did skate around the word abomination a lot on this. And I think that Don Lemon didn't want to like even kind of go that way because they didn't have a lot of time. So they just kept saying sin. This is a sin. Baby, all of us sin every day. I'm sorry. I mean, it's just we can't even help it. It's built in our DNA to sin. And if she believes that gay people are one hell, the Bible says no, because of sin. Well, then, baby, guess what? Lying is a sin, and people lie every day. So if a sin is taking you to hell, then guess what? None of us are saved. And that's just the facts. Now, unless we're talking about the word abomination, then let's clear that word up. And if y'all want that education, then we can talk about that another time. But that's what I have for you guys. Also, let me put this up really quick. If you guys want to support the channel, you guys can definitely do it this way. There's Zelle, there's Cash App, and there's please don't do the PayPal, but you can do the super chat. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this. I know I'm not really in the algorithm. I'm getting more afterwards than I am getting in the present time, which is cool. I'm enjoying it. But that's all I have, guys, and I will see you guys. Oh, make sure you guys share this too. Share it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.
Did it, I 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 did it, did it, you did it, I did it, you did it, did it, I did it, I did it, I did it, did it, I did it, I did it, I did it, I did it.